Today I'm going to be making something really yummy, and these are Wilton's red velvet cupcakes. So let's get on with the ingredients. 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 2 eggs, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1½ cups of granulated sugar, that's just regular white sugar, 2 tablespoons of water, 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of clear vanilla, 1½ teaspoons of red food coloring, 1½ teaspoons of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So those are the ingredients, so let's get started. Okay, our first step, I'm going to get my butter in there, and that's at room temperature. And then I'm going to take all of my sugar and get that right in there. And I want to get this creamed. I'm going to get my mixer on low, and I just want to start creaming this together. Okay, once it's starting to come together, you can add in your first egg, and that's going to loosen up the mixture, and it'll help with the actual creaming process. You can see right away, as soon as that egg has been mixed in, it really starts to cream. And then we'll get our second egg in there as well. And just start mixing that around. Make sure you get this part right here. You really want this well combined. And then what I'm going to add in is the clear vanilla. Now clear vanilla, I'm using clear vanilla because I want to stay true to Wilton's recipe. However, you can use just regular, the brown vanilla. But since I am doing Wilton's recipe, I want to, use the exact, ingredients that they're using. And then our food coloring. So I'm going to turn the mixer off. I just want to get all of that in there. And just speed number 1. And just slowly get that incorporated as well. And just mix that around really well. I'm going to add in all of my salt. There we go. And then I will add in the cocoa powder. We'll get that in there. And I am sifting this. Just give it a little shake. Just grab the back of your spoon and push it all through. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we'll just mix that in. Speed number 1, you don't want a dust cloud. And what the cocoa powder in here does is it really intensifies that red color look. Okay, that's good. So now what I've got here is I've got our buttermilk, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all of the baking soda and get that in there, and the vinegar. And I just want to give that a little stir, and then we're ready to go. So we have our flour here, and we've got our baking powder, and I'm just going to grab another fork and just mix that around. And what we're going to do is we're going to alternate between our flour and our buttermilk. Okay, so I'm going to get my sieve again, and I'm just going to get a little bit in there, about 1/3, give it a little shake, and then grab our mixer and just slowly start incorporating that. And you can see now that the buttermilk is really foamy, and that's because of the baking soda that we put in there and the vinegar. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start pouring a little bit in here, and we'll just slowly incorporate that. My oven is preheating right now to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then a little bit more of our dry ingredients. So I'll do another 1/3 approximately, just like that, and just give it a little shake, rattle and roll. Perfect. Grab your mixer and again slowly incorporate this. When you feel the batter telling you add a little bit more moisture, then you can start adding a little bit of the buttermilk. So you see at this point, you can see it's getting a little bit dry, so I'll just pour in a little bit, and there we go. And now that will help the mixer incorporate all of these ingredients. So now we'll do this one last time. So I'm going to grab the rest of my dry, grab my mixer, and we'll start mixing this in. A lot of ingredients. There are, I believe, 13 ingredients in this recipe. However, an easy recipe to make. Always measure out everything in advance and things will just go much, much easier in your kitchen. So there we go. I'm just going to add in the last addition of buttermilk. To clean off your beaters, just simply lift them out and then you can increase the speed a little bit and there you go. Perfect. So now we are ready to fill our cupcake tins. Okay, so I'm back and we've got our beautiful batter here. So I'm just going to start filling up our little cupcake molds. And these are just regular paper liners that you can get at most stores. And I want to get a good generous helping in each one of these. So I'm going to whip through this and I'll come back when they're all filled. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to pop these into my 350 degree oven. I'm going to do the rest of these as well. I'll come back when all of them are baked off and I'll tell you exactly how long I baked them as well. So, off to the oven. 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Through the magic of YouTube, I'm back a few seconds later and we have a total of 15 beautiful cupcakes here and I baked them for exactly 25 minutes. Now these here are still warm. I just wanted to show you how they turned out in the actual, in the cupcake tin, but here we go. So those are the 3 there that were remaining with the remaining batter. 3 there, those are still warm. These ones here are quite cool, so I guess I'll just take any one. We'll just open it up and check it out. Oh, and you can feel right away how moist they are, and they always seem to do that on the bottoms. You get a little bit of, the color kind of disappears as they bake. When they really feel the heat, the red food coloring seems to disappear, but you can see nice and red. And let's crack it open and check it out. And look at this. Super moist. Look at that. Whoa, that looks good. I have to try a little piece. Oh yeah. Really moist. Really lovely. So just to finish off this recipe, I have some Swiss meringue buttercream in my piping bag, and we'll just do a little thing just to finish this off. Just like that. This is a little bit on the warm side, but that's okay. And there we go. I'll do one more. And I'll put a link to this Swiss meringue at the end of this video. There we go. Really nice. Just to finish that off, a couple of sprinkles. Just have some Wilton little red sugar sprinkles and we'll just get those on there, and there we go. Beautiful. Maybe one on this one as well. Just like that. And that's it. Perfect. So there we have it. Wilton's red velvet cupcakes. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time.